exact number, but you know, the amount of people you have working underneath you, now you're, you know, it's not like this guilt trip thing, but you're just taking on the responsibility of, hey, I got to help this person bring in income so they can pay their bills too. So it just adds more layers of not necessarily unhealthy stress, but stress in general, you know, to want to make the best decisions to help keep your business going and thriving.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. One thing I've learned since we've become friends in being in the business world, and I've learned this a lot from Clint too. Clint's been, you know, Clint's a serial entrepreneur. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he started a business on the way here. But it's at the point now where you see the talent that has grown here. And it's to the point now where like things go on and I'm just like, all right, time to get out of the way. Here's the tools and resources they need. They advise on what they need. You know, we have like a data engineer here now, server engineer. He's putting together stuff, some automation stuff that's way beyond anything that I can even comprehend because I have no experience in it or anything, but he's doing a great job. And he's just saying, hey, this is what we need to make that happen. We put it together. We come up with a plan, cost effective, and then just get out of their way. You know, again, this morning, Tony was talking about something with the live programming that he figured out, something on the board this morning. And it's like, that's something we've needed for a long time to figure out. And he just figured it out this morning, you know, and it's like, you know, if I could have went in there for hours and tried to troubleshoot and get in the way, and it's just, you know, you just got to get out of the way. So it's a really good spot to be in.
Good for you. You got to teach me that. I'm working on that, you know, like
it's taken a long time, you know, finding the right people. That is the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur and starting a business that people I just really don't talk about a lot. I don't know why, but it's finding the right people. There are a lot of people on LinkedIn saying they're open to work. There's a ton of hiring sites. There's a lot of that going on, but the core that we have now has come together from other ways, right? And one in particular is faith, right? A lot of our team we're all together because of folks that are in different churches, and they knew somebody had a really good talent, and they're like, hey, this person should be here. And relationships from years ago, right? It wasn't the really nice, refined, pretty resume that's come in, you know, because we have brought in folks that had a really nice resume. They come in, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I can do that, and then you bring them in and they crap the bed. You're like, man, that's
fumble,
you know. And when you're dealing with that, that's on us.
That's you.
That's on the people that are putting this whole thing together. And then when you bring somebody in like that, the whole team suffers, right? They're not living up to what they say. They're not up to the level. So the hardest thing has been instilling that work ethic and culture. And I really feel that this team here understands that now. I've come in here before and seen that some of these youngsters have been here since 4 a.m. because they knew there was a problem that needed to get resolved before we did anything throughout the day. Like,
man, that is so good to know.
And you cringe because you sit there, you know that problem's there. And at some point you got to trust in them, right? You know that it's there and you're sweating about it. And then you go, hey, you know what? I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. And then you come and you're like, okay, this is the team. They get it. Because it got fixed. That's the hardest thing, is getting out of the way.
It's very impressive. That is very impressive for a variety of reasons. I mean, there are so many variables if you want to throw in, you know, technology and how people before us have worked hard to make it easy for the people after them, and, you know, so forth and so on. And when you look at hundreds of years of that, you get a pretty comfy life, especially when you throw in technology. So now, you know, that whole just get out there. And I mean, okay, here we go. So they say a lot of entrepreneurs, people that try to start a business, that they fail because in like the first 3 to 6 months, they just quit because they just want everything just boom right now. And as much as I want to pay somebody, you know, buku bucks to just sit at the front desk and do nothing, just because I want to help that person have an easy life, you know, I mean, I care. I have a big heart. And you know, you have to explain to these people, like, look, I had to work hard. I had to get up early and grind, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. type deal. It's not that I want you to do this. It's not that I'm not punishing you to try and do this. It's that this is how it is. This is how we grow. I bring you on, I give you a fair but decent amount of money that's just like, look, this is what I can do for you. It's hard for, small businesses like myself to like give people these big benefit packages and all this big fancy wrapping around their job. Like I said, not because I don't want to, just because it's just a difficult thing to do when you're trying to pay the bills. So finding people who are actually passionate about what you are doing and saying, hey, look, I can give you an opportunity. I can give you enough money to at least make you not, be miserable or hating being here. But if you want to grow, like, I need your help. I need your help with finding out new ways to grow the business, finding out new ways to take on new clients, to just get our name in places that most people normally don't. I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, I have so many people that are like, I live across the street and I never knew you were here, because we've got like some trees that are just perfectly imperfectly placed, know? And so it's those kinds of things that you're looking for, the person who is I mean, you can be money motivated, because we all have to be at some level, right? Like even if you don't want to be, you will be once you get tired of your checking account saying zero all the time, So you want someone to be money motivated, but also want them to love what they're doing, so they show up every day and they're happy, they're supportive. They're creating an environment where you can also grow as a the owner, operator. Because if you only get, like, I tell people, it's like a bar, right? It's like a meter. You only get so much energy in a day, right? And your brain is preoccupied with things. And now if you're worried about these problems that you're paying somebody, well, that's even less, mental capacity that you have to do whatever, even being patient, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you're so preoccupied with worrying about what they're supposed to be doing, right? So like you said, you've got to, hey, here's the tools, here's the resources, here's my number, I'm available if you need me, but I'm going to trust in you to do this job, and here you go, So, but yeah, trying to wrap all that up together is really, really difficult. But it is like you said, the elephant in the room that people just don't address or talk about. It is a big thing. So I mean, so for you, how do I say it? Do you feel any kind of impact yet from all this new stuff that's coming out, like these new technologies, this new, just this AI push for, automated this, automated that, like, I mean, you guys are definitely considered a small local business, so like, is that something that's impacting you guys as well? Because that's something like you see, like I have friends that do it, and I encourage people, but you see like these automated trainer app things that just spit out workout plans, and that's cool at some level. But there's a lot of personalism. There's a lot of like personable interactions that you miss out on. So, yeah. I mean, is that something, I get with all this technology I feel like it's easy for you to really feel that, because AI is a technology thing, but you got to have people involved with the technology, right?
Right.
Like, that's how I look at it. But
yeah, so I'll use AI as an expansive tool, okay. Right? So we use AI every day. Every single person on this team uses AI to help with projects and to better understand some problem-solving things, try things they haven't thought of, right? They don't use it as this incredible crutch that's going to get them through the day.
Right.
They use it actually as an accelerant to what they're trying to accomplish. I think what you're seeing a lot these days, especially, I was just reading an article about a university, I think it was at Brown. A professor did 2 series of tests, and one where AI was usable, and then the other one when it was not. And the students failed the one that was where the AI was not available, right? So right away, you could see that folks were using it as a crunch and not as a tool to expand where they're trying to go. So I think that's one thing that I think there's a big problem with is, you know, and I'll blame human nature on it. Hey, how can I get through this in the easiest way without having to do a lot of labor? And I'll have AI do that, right?
Human nature, buddy.
And the reality is, I think right now there's the comparative. I think it was like 1 in 1,000 people is actually using AI to its full ability right now in the population. So that means there's a lot more progress that's going to happen from the usage of it. And, you know, going back to our team, everybody here has used AI to help expand on something. Like, for instance, it's not just because it provides the tool and the resources to help you with different things. There's a key thing that people don't really realize is available, and it's time. So when Tony or somebody uses an AI tool to accomplish a task, they have now become freed up. And the team here is really good about when they have free time, they're not sitting on their phone, messing around. They're not gossiping at the water machine. This team is going, okay, I got this tool accomplished. How do we get better at something else? Because now we have that time to dive into that. So one thing in particular that our team's been diving into is the AI data component of building our own data center. So we're building our own data center here in this building, right?
Nice.
Because if we can house our own data infrastructure where processes are being refined and different things, then we can understand the technology a lot better. And we have folks that understand it way better than I do.
Oh, yeah.
And even he has used AI to accomplish different things where he saved time and now he can take care of other problems. So
Agree.
I see it as this really great asset to teams, but I don't see. So when I see people going, "Oh man, they're going to replace everybody," honestly, I feel like they're going to replace the people that were already terrible at what they were doing, and they're going to replace the people that were wasting time. They're going to replace the people that didn't show up, that were no call, no shows. Those are the people that are going to get replaced.
Right,
okay?
The ones that spit on your burger.
The same pedigree is going to go out the door. I think it's just going to be quicker, right? Because I think AI is going to have the ability to expose those people more. Because if you're seeing them use AI and then you see them free, you're going to get an idea of who they are and how they help the company, right? If they're
I agree with that.
They're just, hey, yeah, I'm free. I'm just going to hang out here the rest of the day. Maybe I'm going to go get lunch or whatever. I think that's another problem. So.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a perfect answer. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Hope that covers that. I mean,
no, yeah, it does definitely. That's definitely what it is because okay. So, shout out Rocio Montero. She's a trainer up at Snap, and she's been with me for a long time. And she did this thing and came to me with it, and we kind of worked on it together after that. But it was like called Humans Helping Humans because it was right when all this AI stuff was starting to be talked about and presented and everything, and she, kind of brought that to me, and it, the meat of that is, yeah, you can just rely on, AI or the computer for anything and everything, but the interaction with another person, like doing things with other people, that is what we need to really nurture and nourish. The fellowship, right? The community aspect, because we are packed animals. As much as people want to say, I'm an introvert, like if you were here by yourself on the planet, you would hate that. Yeah. I would for sure, Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm getting at is not like you said, not letting it replace something, but rather using it instead of another tool, we use this tool, right? But not like letting it become your arm or your leg.
You talk about something that relationship building and having contact with people, I think is a premium in this stage.
Agree.
Right. So when you talk about you guys, humans helping humans, that's a premium thing. And I think like even our team, so we have a business development guy who makes 100 phone calls a week. You could easily take that and go, hey, let's have an AI bot do that, whatever.
Yeah.
But then that's not providing the opportunity for that young guy to make relationships with business people in this new generation.
There
right?
you go.
Those relationships are key. If you're just working, that comes back to that whole transactional idea. If we just sit here and have bots going on and calling everybody and just trying to pump one account here and one account there. Now, on the flip side, when he's making those 100 calls, he's inputting all the data and all the notes and everything from people that he's talking with.
Right.
Now we can take that data and go after more qualified contacts and know who's not qualified and who's looking into doing certain things.
Right.
And save what?
Ton of time.
Ton of time.
There you go.
But the premium of
with you.
fellowship is still there.
I completely agree. And that's a perfect example of that, right? Like you talk about time, at the gym, hey, yeah, you're doing this. Appreciate the support, scratching backs, bro. I really appreciate that. But we're doing, ads. So we have one up for y'all's business for the year. Mm-hmm. We take, or I will take, and Spencer will take, like chat and put like your business logo, a picture of you, whatever, and then we'll tell it to kind of blend and make up an ad for the TV. Mm-hmm. So that way we can support other local small businesses. And like you said, it saves a ton of time because that would normally have taken me days, to edit that kind of stuff that thing can spit out in like 5 minutes.
And did you get rid of anybody?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. And so like you're right. That's a great time saver and a way to be able to create things that normally I never would have. Like it would just be like stick figures of advertising if it was me making it. You know what I mean?
MS Draw.
Yeah, it looked like a 5-year-old used Notepad and just spray paint. So that like great benefit, great thing. So we can use the AI as a tool to help support and promote each other. Mm-hmm. But again, like trying to like eliminate as many people as you possibly can because you like don't want to have people involved because you can save $1 here and there. That is the same concept of an owner as like a customer saying they want to support local and small business, but then they're like, well, you guys are $5 more than the big store down the street. It's like, I know, I don't want to be. I wish I were $15 to $20 cheaper. But in order for me to try to pay these, bills, these rising bills, because most small businesses, you can't afford to buy the building that you're in, and so when you're a real big business, most of them own the building. They don't have to worry about rent raises going up and all, that's the big main inflator, right? And then the charges that come with taking care of the property in the mm-hmm. building, they inflate the dog out of those. Makes me want to honestly open up a landscape company as much as I'm paying people to mow this, 1 foot yard I have. But yeah, man, like, so just that same ideology, like as an owner, mm-hmm. is the same ideology as a customer of just how can I eliminate, the personable, like aspect to it rather than saving $1 or like, I guess they go hand in hand. But when you're just thinking, I got to save $1, it's kind of the same mindset, right? Like, keeping somebody at the front desk instead of just having like a machine that's like, hello, Suzanne, what I mean? Like those kind of things, because that's going to be something we face in the future, And if we don't start addressing and making people aware of that now, right, and keeping people focused on why you do go support local, because, I mean, a billionaire is a billionaire because he's got plenty of money, right? And you want to support and keep, like that statistic you told me, right, earlier about when you spend $1 in your local community, you get like almost 50 cents that stays within that community versus mm-hmm. like 12 cents or 14 cents, I believe is what it was. Like mm-hmm. it's like, I think you said it was 42 versus 14, something close.
Roughly 48 cents of every dollar spent in a local independent business stays recirculated. And then
there you go.
14 cents at a national chain.
And there you go. So you think about that extra $5 to $10 you are spending on that local business, you're actually keeping over 3 times of your money invested in your local economy rather than it going off, to whatever, federal or other places, people's pockets, so like it's just amidst all this change, we have to just remember and remind, hey, there's a reason why we've made it this far as a society, and it's from helping and supporting one another. We're getting these new awesome tools. That's great. How can we use them in a way that makes, our jobs easier, but, without sacrificing the human aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a big one. That's a real big one.
Well, did you hear what happened at Ford last month?
Oh, man, hit me with it.
So in late June 2026, Ford
Okay.
disclosed that it brought back 350 of their experienced gray-haired engineers.
All right.
Brought them back.
Okay.
Right, so they had replaced them with AI.
Okay.
The core went wrong. The core went wrong. In the words of Ford's VP of hardware engineering, we thought that his name's Charles Poon. He said, mistakenly, we thought that by just introducing artificial intelligence and ingesting the design requirements that we had, that would produce a high quality product. A key wrinkle is that the AI tools lack the training and expertise that veteran technicians have. Mm-hmm. And many of the company's veteran technicians left Ford before their knowledge could be used to improve the performance of the AI tools. Gosh. So the tangible stuff, right? The skills, the skills that they bring in here, or they bring to a company, right? You can't replace it.
You can't.
Even if you try. So you still got to train the AI. And even if you're training the AI, the newer folks that are learning the skills, the hard skills, and learning how to train the AI are still going to become veterans, and the process continues. So, there's a ton of fear mongering and a lot of just complete disinformation about AI on social media in particular.
For sure.
I mean, it kind of drives me nuts. Like I've seen numbers of how much water being used in certain data centers and different things. And I've even checked in with like some of the people that build the refined pumps for them, and they're like, we can't move that much water.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's not even, we're talking about something that's like just completely awful.
Yeah. Crazy amount.
But then you see an example of it right here. So you still have to have that tangible stuff that's going on, and the local stuff. So we talk about 48 cents of every dollar. So people go, oh man, we got to pay a little bit more at a local spot. And, it's something that can be frustrating or whatever, but it comes down to discretionary income. So when folks have enough money to go out and spend, where are they going to spend that money? They want to spend it at a restaurant where they're going to enjoy the experience. They're going to enjoy the food, right? There's a reason they're going there. Whether they're searching it and they're looking for something close by, so
convenience.
All the local places I've gone, you get a good level of experience because not only do you know the people that are running it, there's a history behind it. The family, the kids, their kids play sports with your kids, whatever it may be. There's that part of connection that you can say, hey, that little bit of extra money, it's going to help them pay for this and that, or just stay open in that regard. So
yeah, it's huge, right? Like that is it, right? That is it. You want to talk about like the difference in like an employee, right? Like at a big business, you go in there as an employee, especially as a young person, and you're just like, man, I'm going to just do as little as possible and get this check and roll out, right?
Yeah.
But because that place isn't going to close in 3 months because of that. But if you get people like that in your small business, that could make or break you.
Yeah.
I mean, that literally could make or break you, things like that. So it's, that's a huge difference just right there. But
hey, you're an actor now, I heard.
I guess I've done 2 films with you filming, so yeah.
Hey, so I wanna go to break. We gotta go to break to visit our sponsors. But
okay,
for the first video, Tony, I would like for everybody to see the collaborative efforts of Ben Burton and his acting and Tony's videography and editing skills. And there may have been an AI tool used to help speed some stuff up, but we didn't replace Ben or the gym or anything that was filmed.
Definitely not.
So we'll talk about this collaborative effort here, and then after that, we're gonna get into our favorite local spots.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about the Marana downtown project a little bit.
Sounds good.
And then I'll also bring up a interesting fact about shopping local here.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back. Let's check out Ben and his awesome acting skills, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Snap Fitness Marana. Here at Snap Fitness, we like to focus on health and community. We want to give you a safe, positive atmosphere to build a healthier version of yourself. We also have access to elite tools and resources for your fitness journey. And what really sets us apart from any other facility is that we care and want to see a healthier you.
Our families deserve safe streets.
When you call 88 Crime, you stay anonymous, but your tip could protect someone's child, someone's home, maybe even your own.
One anonymous tip could stop a crime and you could get rewarded with cash.
88 Crime keeps our community safe and your identity secret.
Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community.
Call 88 Crime or visit 88crime.org because safety starts with you.
My name is Terry Murphy, and I am running for Marana Town Council. I have lived in Marana for 31 years. I love our community, and I would like to see more ballparks, an equestrian center. I would love to see kids have an opportunity to fish and boat with their families. I think growth is extremely important, and I think that with proper infrastructure and proper layout and proper design, that we can create a community that everybody wants to live in. I am asking for your vote, Terry Murphy, for Marana Town Council.
For over 36 years, John Officer has lived, worked, and served right here in Marana. As an Arizona native and your town councilman, John brings a lifetime of local experience to the big decisions shaping our future. From coaching Eagle Scouts to his decades of work in water maintenance, John is the boots on the ground leader we need. He listens to our residents and stands firmly behind our Marana police and fire departments to keep our community safe. John Officer is dedicated to protecting our resources and preserving the independent soul of our town. Vote John Officer for Marana Town Council.
Hi, I'm Jackie Craig. I'm running as a write-in candidate for the Town of Marana Town Council. The way that these three candidates worked with a PAC out of California, Worker Power, and they derailed the downtown development project to develop downtown Marana into a real downtown. We can't have people who have such a misunderstanding of what Marana needs winning the council race. Fill in the little circle, write my name, Jackie Craig, for the Town of Marana Town Council.
From the fields of wheat and cotton to the heart of our community, Marana was built on hard work and family values. John Post has farmed this land for years, built businesses, and served this community for decades. As mayor, John will fight for sustainable growth that respects our roots, keep neighborhoods safe, and make sure Marana remains the best place in Arizona to raise a family. John Post, farmer, father, and neighbor.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
For over a century, radio has changed and impacted the lives of everyone, becoming one of the major foundations of communication, keeping us up to date in news and broadcasting, and providing daily music that we love. Radio evolves more as the years progress and time moves forward, and it is only becoming better. Live the Dream Media is proud to be part of that history stepping into the evolution of online radio to make it more advanced than ever before. Introducing the Live the Dream Media app, your #1 online radio experience. Catch your favorite music 24/7 and tune into live podcasts, or catch up on your own time with our on-demand library. And you can also check out our integrated merch store built right into the app. No matter where you travel in the world, the dream stays with you. You can be anywhere on the planet and stay connected. Download the Live the Dream Media app for free today on the Apple App Store and Google Play, and experience radio reimagined.
And we're back. Okay, so let's jump into the local stuff. So let's start.
Okay.
We wanted to start with the Oro Valley because this shows Marana and Oro Valley experience. So what? Let's do two. Let's do two in each place. One, I guess you would say, you know what? You get to choose what your top two are. Whatever service industry it may be, you go for it, man.
Oh, okay. Okay, so top 2 in Oro Valley. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, feels a little hot there, Tony.
Yeah. Okay, so top 2 in Oro Valley. Man, I've been going to the Source Chiropractic recently, and they have helped me immensely. They have a facility that has red light, sauna, cold plunge that you can adjust the temperature on, so it's not like ice cold. You can start, and kind of get yourself warmed up in there or cooled off in there. Mm-hmm. They do massage, acupuncture. They got a room covered in fur with a big Tesla coil in it. I mean, dude, this place gets wild. They're doing all kinds of innovative stuff, but it's just an experience, and the people have been wonderful. So that is my favorite place currently in Oro Valley, just because they've helped my neck feel so much better. Man, I really enjoy the mall too, like what is it? AJ's, I believe, is that place by La Encantada.
Oh, okay,
yeah, that's like
the foothills.
That's a great like health food place, and just the the La Encantada Mall itself. It's just a nice place. You can get out there and walk, and just spend some time out there. I think that counts as Oro Valley. I'm not sure how far
it's
over
a little
that
outside.
is.
I bet they wish that it was Oro Valley.
Oh, is that? Oh, my bad. Well,
no, you're good.
If anything, I'm not from here, so at least give me a little grace
you're
there.
Close.
I'm
you're close
geographically
enough.
okay. Well, my favorite place in Oro Valley for sure then is Fleet Feet.
Oh, nice.
Because I was going through. I broke my foot, and I just literally bought like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes, and I could not figure it out. And I went in there, and all those people in there that were working, the management, everybody was super nice, super upbeat. They wanted to help you. There was tons of people, and they still had everybody getting help. So it was a great experience, and I know that's right there in Oro Valley for sure.
There you go.
But yeah, so Fleet Feet, shout out them.
All right, what do you got in Marana?
Marana, oh, that's a good one. Okay, so man, okay, so as far as like food goes, La Olla right next door to me is that is bomb.
What's your favorite meal there that you get?
I mean, I get the same thing every time.
Let me guess.
I'm bougie, so.
Oh, you're bougie.
No, I like this. I have weird. I get the same thing every time.
Okay, what is it?
I get the Taco Bell shell tacos. Like I get just the same meal every time because I have this weird texture thing. I know I hate it myself, but. Yeah, they have really nice like shrimp and pork meal too. But it's just going in there. They usually recognize me. They're very customer service based. That's something that's huge to me. Anywhere that's really customer service based, big time fan of. And then Casa Marana is a great place to go and hang out too. It's nice and open. You can go in there. It's never really like packed where you're like bumping into people, but it's a really nice place, to go indoor, outdoor, and hang out too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, so Oro Valley is easy for me. The Steam Pump Ranch. You ever been out there? Mm-mm. They have like the Heirloom Farmers Market that happens out there.
I don't know.
If you ever get a chance, so it's usually on the week. It's changes I think it's sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday. But look when they're having the farmers market out there. Mm-hmm. It's such a great experience. This time of year it's kind of hot, but when you get into like the spring and fall, you can go there. You can get local produce. You can find cool, like awesome local breads.
Nice.
You know, you name it, and you can get burritos, coffee. There's awesome coffee there, and you can hang out, and walk around like a grassy field. People bring their dogs, and you know, our kids love it. They have this area where they have like these old tractors, and you know, there's a little kind of touristy walk you can do. So that's a great place I like to go and hang out. And then
Sounds cool.
yeah, and then in Marana, I wish Marana had something like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, it's there's plenty of places for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, right? Like over by the gym, tons of places where they could build and just develop little strip mall areas to support stuff like that. I mean, it's lots of opportunity. So
I always try to take cash when I go to those kind of things. You know, people don't realize the power of cash. They you good there? They don't realize the power of cash. And one time, Clint and I did a show talking about how like using cash locally is great, you know. And then we got attacked, dude.
Yeah,
We got attacked. Like we're like, oh, you're evading taxes. You should be. I'm like,
Dude.
are you kidding me right now?
that's I mean, think about the psychology of a citizen that would even say that. Like you would get beat up 100 years ago for saying something like that. Like like you know, what I mean?
You want me to pay that 3.5% fee,
Yeah,
man?
dude. Like
come
it is
on.
wild that people are like, well, that's what we gotta do, and it's like, man, how? And especially we just had Independence Day, and I'm just like, whew, you know, it's a lot to take in. But yeah, I cash is huge for supporting local, but it's also huge for independent, you know, like sovereignty. Like you definitely want to have cash stay in our world. You know, it might not be as convenient for people because they have to, you know, count. Heaven forbid that, you know, but you know, like that still though, like that you want to be able to get, you know, $20 for your birthday, like put it in a card or something like that for somebody, or hey, thanks for taking me home. Here's $20 for some gas.
Yeah.
You know, that won't get you much these days, but you get what I'm saying, man. We want to keep that ability for us to have that because now, I mean, I just speak with facts. I won't even get into any kind of conspiracy stuff. But now, if we lose cash, now you're relying 100% on a government system that has failed 8 audits in a row. You know, so like, I mean, that's just me being factual, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that's a very good. I wouldn't want a business taking care of my finances that's failed 8 audits in a row. So it just keeps us having that independent sovereignty as people, gives us like an independent responsibility. Like this is our money, this is how we spend it. This, you know what I mean? Like just that aspect of it, not just relying on somebody for something else.
Absolutely. You know? So okay, I'll get to my. You know, Marana's hard. There's a lot of new, good local restaurants that are that have popped up.
Then go past 2. Then educate me, please.
Okay, so the one I like that's at the top of the list, and it has to go. It goes with the heritage of Marana, and it also goes with like, if you want that true Marana, you know, farm field cattle experience, you go to Luna Cafe.
I've heard great things. I went there one time. You know, for like kind of a breakfast, you know, little date thing. And it was a cool experience. It's very country vibes for sure. I thought I was going to get like a meat and 3 there, but you know, that's like what most restaurants are like in Nashville. So that's, it made me feel very at home. I heard there's another one out there that's kind of like, you know, the Luna, but it's like not as popular as people or as it should be, I guess. There's like a couple hidden good restaurants out in Marana, like out there more in Marana.
Are you talking? Yeah, so there's like, you know, there's one that comes up a lot it's technically Marana, but it's not in the town of Marana, and that's the Circle S Saloon.
Okay, yeah,
their
there you
tacos are insane. Have you gone?
No, I've heard. I've been like, that's what I'm saying.
No,
okay,
the tacos
so Circle
S, yeah.
Okay, and then the Luna I've been to. So
Yeah.
Circle S. Okay, I'm gonna take a trip out there soon.
But you got some cool shops here. You got Del Rancho, Tacos Del Rancho.
Okay, yeah.
What is it? Del Rancho. I'm messing up their name. They got the best carne asada here, and then you got
a bold statement.
You got
right there.
Humo. That's right there on Thornydale.
Man,
you haven't been there yet?
No,
you got to do it. Ever been to Amelia's in Oro Valley?
No, I have not been there either.
Amelia's they're the restaurants.
Wild,
Go to Amelia's. Do
Wildflower,
yourself. Yeah.
Wildflower is.
Oh,
like,
you're bougie.
I told you.
Oh, my
I made
goodness.
the statement early, right?
Holy
I
cow.
tried to make you aware of it. That's one of my favorite places out there. So I don't know much about the restaurant experience out there. I'm trying to. I live in Red Rock, so I'm far from everything. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
the only place to eat out there is Dollar General. It's cool though. That's why you go out there. You want a little peace, a little separation.
Well, that's why it would have been nice to have the downtown Marana.
Yeah,
that would have been that would have been awesome. I think it's still going to happen. It's hit a couple road bumps, but there was going to be the opportunity for a lot more local shops for us to talk about and some great density for that kind of stuff to happen.
I think if they do that too, it will really help to offset with all the growth and development that's already happened currently. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of changes right there along the highway, and if they can bring something more of like a town, like the town of Marana or the square, like if they can bring something like that, that will help to offset with that. You know what I mean?
You mean jobs?
I just mean like giving the people. It's like, okay, now we have this here, so now let's give it something more towards, like the people, like something, like, because, the people can't go to those big factories and use them, right? The people in the neighborhoods. So now it's like, okay, well, we've used our space to bring in this stuff for jobs. Well, now let's use some of our town to bring in stuff for the people, right? Like some of the people in Gladden Farms can enjoy, right? They can take their kids through, they can go to the downtown. So it helps to offset. You're like, it's not just business. It's like, okay, let's give us a square, let's give us a downtown, like let's keep it even, right? Let's make it like you got to be fair. I try to be just fair. Like that's what I try to do at the gym. I try to just keep everything as fair as possible, and so there are things people have to remember. And I've been reminded by this daily. Trying to keep 500 people happy. You can't get it your way. Mm-hmm. You have to get it the fair way. You have to say, okay, this is what I want. This is what you want. Where can we compromise and meet in the middle and keep it as healthy as possible? Like that's what it has to be. So that every approach in anything, I feel like if you can keep that mindset, you're going to make a good decision.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's all about. Because as well as I do, there's a lot of big changes. A lot of leadership changes, or a lot of leadership possibility changes coming up, and we want to make sure that the people in there are the people who want the best fair thing for us. Period. Mm-hmm. That's all I care about. So I hope that people are keeping that type of mindset in mind, because that's what I do at Snap. I want to make it just like as fair as possible for everybody there. Nobody's getting any kind of special treatment. Everybody's on the same playing field, because that's the only way we're really going to get through this whole existence as a human species. Trying to keep it fair.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I think Marana's good about that too.
Yeah, it has been, and with the downtown project, there was some people spewing out misinformation about the plans, and I'm like, dude, do you not do the math?
That's what people do now, man. That is the attack. Like now, when they're having like a meeting, like, oh, this is going to happen. Okay, cool. Well, how are we going to attack it? You know what I mean? Like that's literally like what they do. Like it's like on the whiteboard. All right, who's going to be responsible for spreading all the spam?
The crazy thing too these days, we're talking about local things and everything, is like people going after folks for doing business or being a business person or owning a business. Like the fact that the person has risked a bunch, and then they're going after them for who they're working with and different things, and it's like, or who hires them. It's like, hold on a second, you're in a dangerous territory there when you're trying to control that. And then they try to control people's land, the stuff they own. Imagine if somebody came to your house and said, you know what, Ben, you can't sell your house because I said so.
I mean, I actually have been in that situation, so like just recently. But I hear what you're saying. It is right. The fair thing would be, like always, is okay, is this going to affect the health and well-being of the people around me? If not, nobody's getting hurt from it. That's literally the fair thing, right? Like if you're not getting hurt from it, what can you say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now becomes your opinion. If it doesn't affect you physically, it literally becomes your opinion. I just realized that on your show. Who knows?
Let's get the ding on that one.
Yeah, who knew this would be so like revealing, right? Like I feel like I feel enlightened. But
we might not have the ding ready yet, but
that's
we'll get that ding ready soon.
Yeah. Ding.
Ding.
So yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's it. Like that's a great point to bring up because there's a lot going on in the town. In every town, there's always going to be a lot going on. Every 5-10 years is going to be a new thing popping up. Hey, this is coming. What do we do about it? Here's the new thing we worry about, right? Like that seems to be an ongoing theme of us as humans. There's always something to worry about.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that. As long as we can keep it fair, as long as we can keep it pretty common sense, right? Like everybody talks about like how much money or jobs or this or that. It's like, okay, well, what about the water and the air quality and the, like agriculture, is it going to kill the soil, poison the water, pollute the air? That's kind of the like stuff that goes beyond money because if we're all choking to death on fumes and, just bad things that we need, that's what matters, right? Like keep it common sense, keep your emotions removed from it. What do we need first? Well, food, water, air, shelter, like healthy grass, like that kind of stuff like that. And everything beyond that becomes speculation or opinion, I don't like the way that looks. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't like the way this looks, but I'm not going to attack you for it.
You know what I've seen? There's some small towns up north that are doing a really cool program. So like when, growth is going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. It's bound to, but taking into consideration a lot of things instead of all of the yelling and screaming and the protesting and the threats and all that stuff. Like
that's wild.
I see them creating these commissions of folks to get together and come up with better ideas and solutions to, accommodate, okay, how do we accommodate this growth in that manner, right? Instead of just coming in and which that's what
I'm
going to counter this though. Okay. So I'm going to, for instance, right there, here locally, people talk about the data centers and downtown and different things and other growth. And they're like, oh, I only saw one meeting. It's like, there were 6 meetings for you to attend.
Right.
And to express, how you feel, and then they brought in all the people that were involved. There was a great conversation. It's all recorded. You can go watch it on all the town sites and all that stuff. But
beautiful.
But I do really, really like the idea of still having that commission that participates as well. Right now, you get the commission together. They also present at the town hall meetings. Like for instance, the town of Oro Valley just did a tourism committee. Right? Or advisory committee. They came up with the best ideas they felt would really help tourism in Oro Valley. You got a group of people that were in all these different experience fields come together and they create ideas to share with the town council and different things. I think that's going to be something you see going forward because if you look at Florence and them are doing that because Florence and Pinal County is booming, but they've put those commissions together to talk about stuff.
That's literally what it should be. I'm doing the same thing. I live in Red Rock. Like they have promoted. Or they have, given us a ton of mega industrialized changes for that area. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, it surrounds our neighborhood and you have to think about all of these things we just talked about, right? And to just be completely honest, if people don't come together to be like, okay, what are you wanting to do? Okay, well, how is that going to impact this, and ask these questions? Well, now you're giving these big businesses or big government just free range to just do whatever they want with zero pushback of trying to make sure that they're keep doing it safely because. I think that because now you're talking about, of course they're going to do it safely. Well, now you're claiming that they think the dollar is less important than you. And I just personally don't believe that. So, that's where you have to be the voice of, hey, well, if you're going to do this, are you aware of this, and this, and this, and this? And then, if they go through with it anyway and that stuff happens, well, now you've been able to voice your opinion. You can have some recourse, from that. it's part of the process. It's like what you're supposed to do, not just lay down and let them come in and do whatever they want without any kind of like accountability, right? So I agree with you totally. Get together, ask the questions. You know, if they've got answers, okay, well, thank you for that answer. Now, how are we going to know that you're doing that? Like, how are we going to know that you're sticking to this protocol, to these safety measures, right? Because that's just what it is, man. Like that's what we have to do. That's how we're going to grow and do it safely. And then, dude, just bottom line, not even with just this, but with, I mean, I hate to say this cheesily, but if I were president, that's how I'd solve every single problem there was. I'd just bring in a ton of other people that know about this stuff, let them talk amongst themselves to formulate the best type of opinion and then present that. And if other people have input to add to that, let's hear that too, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how you formulate the best ideas as a society, is by bringing in everybody to work on it, because that's also transparency, shows you have nothing to hide. You know, there's no backdoor agenda. You keep all your cards on the table, and that's how you address any and every problem that comes up.
Did you know a lot of these exist already?
A lot of what, dude?
These processes exist already. Did you know that?
As far as what process?
Commissions.
Yeah, there are
Zoning commissions.
Right. Those
different things.
Yeah, exactly.
So ask a lot of your neighbors though, and you're going to find out less than 5% of them know that.
That's
less than 5% of them know that there's open meetings, that there's public meetings.
Yep.
Right. So that starts at a whole different level of education where we're just kind of like not focusing on that. So these folks feel left out, which I
Agreed.
totally agree.
Yeah.
And it's just because they don't know that there are these processes, or there's these
Very
commissions
cool.
to get involved in. So we got to figure out, you got to get with wherever you're at and go, hey, this is how you do that. You
Yeah,
know, because
well, that's a good point.
And you also got to remember that there's a lot of small groups that feel a lot louder than they are, because they think that they can just sit there and pound their chests on social media and different things and scare people.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, so it's like, come on. But,
That's all you can do, man.
But hey, man, we ran through a whole hour, and there's two programs I want to share here at the end. There is the Locals Eat Locals program going on in Oro Valley, so you
Locals
get
Eat
these cool
Locals.
stickers when you go and visit local establishments in Oro Valley, and you can share on social media where you're going. It's a cool program. And there's another one here in Marana. It's called Dine and Discover. Okay. You can go to the Chambers building and get their office and get a card, or you can download it online, and you can go visit these establishments. And once you get to a certain number, once you have your card filled out, you can go back to the Chambers Visitor Center and get some free merch.
Man, that's cool.
So supporting local,
That's
getting
cool.
free merch, I think that's a pretty awesome win for everybody involved. And just want to shout out, both the Marana Chamber and the Oro Valley Chamber for putting on those programs to get people to go and spend some money locally.
That's what's up, man.
So-
Again, if you take anything from this episode, right? Like, we are who keep each other alive, scratching backs, even if you can even set up a budget where you're like, okay, look, like there are some things that I want to have in my life. How can I, get those locally? How can I buy those locally, support those locally? Or maybe you have everything you need and you're just looking for a couple businesses out there to go and help support. They will appreciate it greatly, because that's how we're going to keep each other going.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Marana and Oro Valley Experience today. Stay tuned. Blair and Summers will be on shortly here with Truth and Tell. And as always,